Hello Internet, my name is Amir and welcome to yet another discography ranking video. Thank you for joining me, and on this video, today's episode, right now, we are talking about the one and the only BLINK-182. I talked about this in my 9 review, but for those of you who didn't see, BLINK-182 is a band that I have a long history with from the Dude Ranch days. Back when I was in high school, dating myself a little bit, Dude Ranch came out. Damn, it was a hit all over radio. Josie was picking up a little bit of steam, and my best friend in high school at the time introduced me to BLINK-182. I went and saw them at a concert at a radio festival at BFD. They played the second stage, and I'm not sure if they headlined, no, they didn't headline. Real Big Fish headlined the second stage, and BLINK-182 was right before them, and they played a solid and hilarious set that made me fall in love with them and go purchase their CD at that venue, at the festival, and brought it home and cherished every single song on it, from Pathetic all the way to I'm Sorry. BLINK-182 is a band that I genuinely had and still have a huge affection for. And record after record, I have dissected their work and fallen in love with certain songs and not so much other songs, and, followed the ebbs and flows of the band from Scott leaving the band to the introduction of Travis that forever changed the sound of the band, to Tom's departure, to Travis's near-death experience, to Tom coming back in the band and then releasing Neighborhoods, to Tom's departure again with the introduction of Matt Skiba, and now we got California, and now we got 9. And they are trucking forward, and props to them. They're doing a good job. So on this video, this list, you'll probably disagree with my order. I'm 100% positive you're going to disagree with my order. But this list hits home for me because this is a band that I have genuinely grown up with. What's My Age Again came out right as I was graduating senior year, going into my freshman year of college. These songs mean a lot to me. These records over time have held a very, very special place in my heart. So I am excited to talk about this list, and I'm excited to get your opinion. So don't forget to leave your list down in the comment section below. But let's get started. Now, I know Blink just put out a record called 9, but I'm not reviewing Buddha. I'm going to start from Cheshire Cat and go through the list from there. Okay, I'm not going to include Mark, Tom, and Travis Show, but I'm just going to say that I enjoy the shit out of that record, particularly the tail end of the record where it's just like joke after joke after joke after joke after joke. Absolutely love that. And not reviewing Dogs Eating Dogs, but I will say that Dogs Eating Dogs, I love every single song on that record, specifically When I Was Young. That song is legitimately one of my favorite BLINK-182 songs of all time. But let's get started from the very bottom. Number 8 on my list is Cheshire Cat. Is a record that I remember buying on a trip to Florida. So Dude Ranch had already come out, and I was really in love with Dude Ranch. And I was in Florida, and I was out there. I was out shopping. I was out being touristy with a friend of mine that lives in Florida. And we went to a record store, and I'm like, oh my God, BLINK-182. This is their first record. I don't have this. I have Dude Ranch, but I need to get this record. And she's like, who the hell is BLINK-182, and why is there a picture of a cat on the record? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's a punk rock record. I don't think you'll like it. Spoiler alert, she didn't like it. I remember buying the CD and removing the shrink wrap and opening it, and the CD is just a blue CD. The CD itself is a blue CD with the handicap logo on top. And she's like, what the hell band puts the handicap logo on their CD? What stupid band CD did you just purchase? 3 months later, What's My Age Again came out and blew up all over Total Request Live. And I remember specifically talking to her via email and being like, yeah, so what was that about that stupid band? Cheshire Cat is a record that starts off with one of my favorite BLINK-182 songs of all time, in Carousel. I absolutely loved the introduction of this song, and I love the bass line of it. I love how it flows, and it shows that Blink, from the word go, was a different sort of punk band. They were very much focused on melody and arrangements. Granted, they had the punk qualities of fast drum beats and very messy but precise rhythm guitars simultaneously, but they also really had a hand in diving into melody and stuff that was easy to remember. And Carousel absolutely is one of those things. It has a fantastic verse, and I love the chorus of that song, and I specifically love the bass line at the very beginning. Like that. Like when I hear that, to this day when I hear that, I'm like, that is so well written, and it's so simple, but it's awesome. And then it goes straight into that punk rock beat, and then you're good. You got classic songs like Eminem's, because when I'm with you, there's nothing I wouldn't do. I just want to be your only one. There are fun songs like Touchdown Boy and Benoit Balls, but my personal favorite is Wasting Time. It was like my anthem when I was a high schooler, back when I was crushing on this girl in high school, and my best friend was like, dude, this song is totally about you. And I'm like, I know, it totally is. Cheshire Cat holds a special place in my heart. It goes to the bottom of the list because it is their first record. It's poorly produced. It's not mixed well. The quality is not that great. The vocal performances are not that great. The performances themselves are not that great. But the ideas that are there, the songs that are there, are really, really, really fun. And it is a great precursor to the album that came afterwards. Let's talk California. This record throws me for a loop the more and more I think about it, because initially I heard the record and I'm like, that's not bad. I enjoy it. I enjoyed hearing new revitalized Blink, a new revitalized Mark and Travis with the addition of a Matt Skiba. I liked the quick songs like Cynical and Build This Pool and Bohemian Rhapsody. I enjoyed songs like The Only Thing That Matters, Rabbit Hole, and She's Out of Her Mind. But then I heard the record again and again and again. And I realized how formulaic it is. And I realized how overproduced it is, and how many woes and how many oh na nas and all that kind of stuff that it has, and how auto-tuned everything is. Everything is precisely on tune. Every beat is precisely on time. Everything is quantized to hell, auto-tuned to hell. It loses its luster. There's no surprise when you listen to California. With that being said, there's some fantastic songs on here, like the aforementioned The Only Thing That Matters. That's one of my favorite Mark BLINK-182 songs I've heard in a while. I love the song California. I love the song Home is Such a Lonely Place. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of San Diego and Los Angeles, like those two songs, there is something about those songs that bring me back. The aggressiveness, specifically in Los Angeles. And it's one of those things where, again, I listened to this record recently, and I realized it's not as bad as I thought it was. Originally, I was going to put this like at the bottom. And then I realized, I'm like, no, man, there's songs on this record that I enjoy. I really do. I like the song Sober, that was co-written by Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy. I think it gets a little bit of a bad rep. I think there's some good stuff on here. Not their best by any means necessary, but also not a bad record. I can already feel your hate for this selection. Dude Ranch, like I said, is the record that introduced me to Blink-182. And over time, Dude Ranch for me has not aged as well as the other records have. I kind of grew out of that sort of punk rock where it's just like the same type of song over and over again. And for the purpose of this video, I actually went back a few days ago and re-listened to Dude Ranch from front to back. I wanted to make sure I felt the way that I did. And I will say this, there are songs on there that when I listen to them put a huge smile on my face, like Pathetic, like Voyeur, like Josie, like Damn It, obviously, I'm Sorry, Lemmings, Apple Shampoo, A New Hope. Fantastic songs. My problem with this record is that from front to back, it's almost like you're listening to the same song over and over and over and over and over again. Some songs are an exception, like Dick Lips, the aforementioned Damn It, but it doesn't get, there's not a whole lot of variety in this record. It is very much absolutely a punk rock record, which I appreciate. It's just that when I compare the rest of their catalog from Enema on, there's so much variety in there, and there's so much precision in there, and the production is so much better than what they did on Dude Ranch, which is shocking to me because Dude Ranch was produced by Mark Trombino, who produced Jimmy Eat World's Clarity, who produced Jimmy Eat World's Bleed American, Finch's What It Is to Burn, some fantastic records. But Dude Ranch is a messy sounding album that got recorded over the course of 1 month from December 96 to January 97. But again, it includes classics. The Blink-182 staple, Damn It, is on this record. But with that being said, I still think it's a fantastic record. All right. The newest record on here, 9. I just put out a review of this record not too long ago. If you want to check it out, I'll put the link in the description box below. But this is a solid record, and I think everyone's been blown away by how fantastic this record is. And what I will say is this. I don't think the record is fantastic. I think it's a lot of fun. It's only like a 45-minute record or something like that. There's songs on here that I think are really fun. My issue with the record that I mentioned in my review before is that the verses to me are not memorable. Some of them, yes, but not so much. They're more there to kind of set up the chorus and that hit you in the face with the chorus. But my favorites on this record, like Dark Side, Runaway, No Heart to Speak Of, fantastic. I love Ransom. I wish it was longer, but Ransom is such a fun song. And Hungover You is definitely one of my favorites on this record as well. There are songs on here like On Some Emo Shit, Black Rain, and Happy Days that I'm like, yeah, they're good songs. I can listen to them, but I don't like hum them after I hear them. I don't consider them like, some of the greatest stuff that BLINK-182's put out. I think in the context of the record, they fit really nicely. It's a really well put together record, but I think on their own, they don't hold up as well. But overall, a good sounding record, a nice return to form, and I can't wait to see what they do next. This was the hardest for me to pinpoint where to put. This record solidified not only BLINK-182 to the masses thanks to TRL and thanks to radio play with the phenomenal lead single What's My Age Again, which is probably one of my favorite BLINK-182 songs of all time. Probably one of my favorite songs of all time. To this day, when I listen to that record and I hear, and that's about the time that she broke up with me. No one should take themselves so seriously. And I had just gotten out of a relationship when that song came out. So when he sings, and that's about the time that she broke up with me, no one should take themselves so seriously. It was like, he's speaking to me, man. Just like Wasting Time was my song about trying to get that girl, What's My Age Again was the song about my life after that girl. This record also legitimized BLINK-182 to my friends when I would tell them that I like this band, and they'd be like, who? They're like, oh, that band? The band that runs naked in the streets? Yes, that band that runs naked in the streets. That band that makes fun of boy bands in their music videos? Yes, that band that makes fun of boy bands in their music videos. You damn freaking right. Enema of the State changed the goddamn game. All tracks written by Mark Hoppus and Tom DeLonge, which is saying something because these are classics. Absolute classics. Now it says all tracks written by Mark Hoppus and Tom DeLonge. I'm sure Travis had some say in the songwriting process because his signature drum style is all over this record. Enema starts off with my favorite opening track of any Blink record, period. Dumpweed is such a fun freaking opener. The longest song on this record is 4 minutes and 9 seconds, and that is Adam's Song, the saddest song on this record. The one song that kind of sticks out from the rest of the record, that you hear songs like Dumpweed and Don't Leave Me and What's My Age Again and Dysentery Gary, and then you hear Adam's Song, which leads right into all the small things and the party song and Mutt and Windy Clear and all that kind of stuff, and you're just like, that's interesting for Blink to do that. Little did we know that that was a direction that the band was going to be going to heavily, but yeah, really heavily, like going in that more serious, almost depressed direction, if you will. The reason why this record is where it is for me, and you're going to hate me for this, I don't think the second half is as strong as the first. And yeah, the second half has Adam's Song and all the small things and the party song, but Mutt to me is an okay song, and I do not like Anthem as a closer. I just don't. It feels uneven to me. I feel like the tempo kind of ebbs and flows from fast to slow to fast to slow, like, and not naturally. It's just not a good closer to me. Like, you start with the phenomenal Dumpweed and then end with Anthem, and it just kind of it's not the best way to wrap it up, in my opinion. I know you're going to disagree wholeheartedly, and you have the right to do so. Let me know in the comment section down below. But I love Windy Clear. Phenomenal song, and party songs fun, but it doesn't have the strength of Dumpweed, Don't Leave Me, Aliens Exist, What's My Age Again. I think Going Away to College is an okay song. I don't really love it. I remember when it first came out, I thought, oh, it's great. I was talking to a girl who used to play soccer, so when he says, I ditched my lecture to watch the girls play soccer, it's like, yes, absolutely. Soundtrack to my life. In hindsight, it's a solid record and it's a lot of fun to listen to, but it doesn't hold up for me the way the rest of the records that I'm going to talk about do. Enema of the State, I have to preface, changed the freaking game of pop punk forever. This was the blueprint for what bands followed, and it was an excellent precursor to the records that followed afterwards. I know what you're saying right now. How in the world could you rank this record so high? It sucks. It's the worst record they've ever put out. Why would you even ever think about putting this record as high as you did? They didn't even record it together. They recorded it in separate rooms in different locations across the world, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And before I did my research for this record, I was going to rank this record way lower. But I did my research. I listened to it front to back. This record's fucking great. It's aged so well, especially when you consider it's the last record that has Tom's vocals on it, not counting Dogs Eating Dogs. It's great. And I mean, the regular version, and I don't even know why they made a regular version and a deluxe version. That to me was whatever. Because the deluxe version has 3 of my favorite songs on the record. Snake Charmer is so freaking dope. Fighting the Gravity is a lot of fun. It's really different. And Even If She Falls is such a great way to end this record. Ghost on the Dance Floor is one of the best BLINK-182 songs ever written. Man, I love that chorus. I love that verse. And when I was talking about verses, how iconic BLINK-182's verses used to be, like what I want them to be doing that they didn't do on 9, this is what I'm talking about, man. Specifically DeLonge's verse on Ghost on the Dance Floor. It is mind-blowing. It's mesmerizing. It's so memorable. I absolutely love it. And then the chorus takes you to this whole other level that's just absolutely amazing. Natives is a great song. Up All Night is a catchy, memorable tune. Strange choice for a lead single, but it is fun. I love that guitar riff. After Midnight's a great song. Again, I talked about Snake Charmer, Heart's All Gone. Wishing Well, which Tom has been playing live acoustically on his shows recently. This Is Home. Oh my God, This Is Home. Well, I mean, I absolutely love it. MH418 2011 is a fun, albeit a little bit of a throwaway song, but I still think it's great. Love is Dangerous is such a great song. This album is fucking dope. And I'm sorry you can't convince me otherwise. This record is freaking amazing. And in comparison to the stuff that I've talked to before, this record blows them away. And again, I'm sorry, but like I can't help it. Neighborhoods is fantastic. And I think it deserves more attention, more love than it's getting, because there are some great songs on this record. All right, and now we talk about the record that has pretty much defined the new BLINK-182. There's 2 stages of Blink, well, really 3 now that you can talk about BLINK-182. There's BLINK-182 before Self-Titled or Untitled, according to Mark, after Untitled, and after Tom with Matt Skiba. Man, this record redefined their sound. It's one of those things where I think it threw all of us for a loop. All of us who were hardcore Blink fans, all of us who loved the sound of Enema and Take Off Your Pants and Jacket and Dude Ranch and Cheshire Cat, to be like, what is this? Like, what did they do? And what a new freaking direction for this band to go in. After the success of Enema and Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, 2 records that exploded with popularity in songs like First Date and What's My Age Again and This Is Terry Gary, All the Small Things, The Rock Show, for them to completely go in a different direction, roll the dice, if you will, about what they're going to do. Where are the dick jokes? Where are songs like When You Fucked Grandpa or Happy Holidays You Bastard or Family Reunion? Because that band's not this band. They made a completely different record. They made a completely unabashedly serious sounding record. And it's fantastic. Feeling This is such a fantastic, phenomenal opener, with Mark Hoppus's and Tom DeLonge's parts feeling like they're part of 2 completely different songs, but they mesh together so well. Obvious has a fun chorus, and I Miss You, in hindsight, is one of the best songs ever made. And it goes back to when I was talking about 9 and when I was talking about in my 9 review that the verses are not as memorable as I would like them to be. I Miss You is a clear example of what a memorable verse is. Hello there, the angel from my nightmare. That's it. You sing that and you know exactly what song you're listening to. Second verse. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. That doesn't include the phenomenal chorus, the don't waste your time. I mean, you're already the voice inside my head. It's absolutely amazing. It's such perfection. That song is absolute perfection. You get the songs like Violence and Stockholm Syndrome, which are a lot of fun. Down, I love that song, and I love the chorus of that song. It is a bit repetitive, but it really catches your attention, and I absolutely love it. Go is a lot of fun with Mark Hoppus's voice specifically towards the end, feeling like it's piercing through the speaker when he says, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. Asthenia and Always are great songs. Always is a lot of fun. I love Asthenia. Should I go back? Should I go back? Should I? There's just like things in this record that like you hear over and over again that like that just penetrate your memory, and it's like, what the hell, man? Like, I can't get these songs out of my head, and they're these super serious songs, but man, they're catchy. Easy Target's a lot of fun, which transitions so well into all of this, featuring Robert Smith of the frickin' Cure. Here's Your Letter is a fun song, and I'm Lost Without You is a great way to end this record. I remember reading interviews at the time of how Tom and Mark did everything different on this record. Absolutely everything. I think there's a song on here that Mark recorded his bass direct. There's songs on here that I remember reading about how Tom would just sit down in front of the speakers and listen intently to the mix of this album and just make sure it was absolute perfection. Their hard work shows on this record. They worked hard on this record. And it's very close to my favorite record of BLINK-182. But I still love the hijinks of BLINK-182. I still love the fun. I still love the immaturity of this band, which is why this next record is my favorite of theirs. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite record of BLINK-182 of all time. Number one, it came on the heels of Enema of the State. So this band was riding on a high, and within a very short time period, they came out with a brand new record. The release of this record surprised me. I didn't expect it to come out as soon as it did after Enema, and I was a little scared because I was like, man, are they able to write songs as good as Enema that fast with a new record? Did they rush this record? Hell the fuck no. This record is absolutely amazing. First off, Anthem Part 2 is a far superior song to Anthem. Fight me all you will. It is a far superior song to Anthem. The lyrics are so memorable. The verse is absolutely amazing, and I love the chorus. If we're fucked up, then you're to blame. Online Songs is a fun song because it references Josie. The first line that Mark sings is, Josie, you're my source of most frustration, hinting back to the Dude Ranch days, and I love that little callback to their prior work. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of memorable songwriting in this album that you hear it for the first time and you're like, man, dude, I could sing this back immediately. First State obviously is a classic BLINK-182 staple. And of course, the music video that came along with it just took it over the top. I love First State. And of course, Happy Holidays, you bastard. It's Christmas Eve and I've only wrapped 2 fucking presents. And I hate your guts and I'll never talk to you again. It's Labor Day and my grandpa just ate 7 fucking hot dogs and he shit his pants. He's always fucking shitting his pants and I'll never talk to you again. Unless, and you know the rest of the song. What's hilarious to me about this song is that the clean version of this song, and yes, there's a clean version, is an instrumental track. It's a freaking instrumental track with just the I'll never talk to you again. That's it. I think Story of a Lonely Guy is their serious song of the record alongside Stay Together for the Kids. And it's weird to me that Story of a Lonely Guy and Stay Together for the Kids are so close to one another at tracks 5 and 7, only separated by the rock show. But 2 really strong, serious tracks that hinted at what Untitled and Neighborhoods was going to sound like. I love the rock show. Such a simple premise. Hanging out behind the club on the weekend. Acting stupid, getting drunk with my best friend. I couldn't wait for the summer at the Warped Tour. I remember it's the first time that I saw her there. I'm not reading notes. These are lyrics that are stuck in my brain forever and ever because they are so freaking catchy. And they spoke to my generation. They spoke to my youth so freaking well. BLINK-182 knew exactly how to speak to their own generation. They knew exactly what words to say, what message to convey, and how to deliver that message. They were kings of doing this stuff, which is why I love this record so freaking much. Stay Together for the Kids, I talked about. I think it's a fantastic song with a sad subject matter, unfortunately. But I love that chorus. So here's your holiday. I hope you enjoy it this time. You gave it all away. I mean, that's heart-wrenching, man. That's gut-wrenching. That's heartbreaking. But then you get into Roller Coaster, which is probably one of my top 5 favorite BLINK-182 songs of all time. Especially the second pre-chorus chorus, if you will. Well, I had that dream about you again, where you drove my car right off the fucking cliff. I absolutely love that song. Reckless Abandon is a classic Tom DeLonge song that, again, he's been playing acoustically on the new Angels and Airwaves tour. Every Time I Look for You, I love this freaking song. Every Time I Look for You, the sun goes down. Mark Hoppus sings the song with so much passion. Give Me One Good Reason, fantastic verse, fantastic chorus by Tom DeLonge and crew. Shut Up is such an awesome, fun, and memorable way for Mark to conclude this record. And then, of course, Please Take Me Home by Tom. These 13 songs are perfect. I don't find anything wrong with any of them. I love the track listing. I love the order that they're in. I love everything about it. And the fact that this record came with not one, not two, but 3 different CDs that had 3 different set of bonus tracks, man. This band brought it for this record. But Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, which, by the way, when they announced the title of the record, I read it in my head, and I didn't understand the name of the record until one reviewer, and I think it was Rolling Stone, was say the name out loud for you to get it. And I said it, and I couldn't stop laughing for a good 5 minutes. That was my video. That was my ranking. What did you think? Let me know in the comment section below what you think. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And subscribe for more content. It is coming soon. I talk music, I talk movies, I talk entertainment in general, because I love this freaking stuff. So join me on my venture of talking about this stuff. And also, I'm a musician, so I create as well. And with that being said, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. But I am actually in this little box, text box below, you'll see that it has 2 Instagram handles, at Amir Kosvan, which is my name, and at Official Sickness and Health. Official Sickness and Health is my Instagram account for my band In Sickness and in Health, and we just put out a brand new song called Breathe. So if you're interested in checking that out, go ahead, and I'll put the link in the description box below. It'll take you to a lyric video of our brand new song Breathe. I love this song. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I would love to know what you think about it. You can download it for free off of SoundCloud. You can also stream it on Spotify, iTunes, and the whole 9. And there's a whole bunch of new music coming from that band, In Sickness and in Health. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you're still here, I totally appreciate you, and I will see you for the next one. Take care.